Hi, I'm Maria Indelicato. I'm one of the attorneys here at Delgado and Associates. So today's video, we're going to discuss how much does a divorce actually cost? And one of the first things that people say is, well, I live in New York. How much is a divorce going to cost me? Well, it really depends on what state you're in. We practice here in Florida. We're all barred here in Florida. So today's video is going to address Florida divorces. So does a divorce cost more for a wealthy person than someone that doesn't have very much? Well, that question, as in most good questions, is going to be, it depends. So if you have no assets, no children, it's a short-term marriage, you guys can file a simplified dissolution. We can help you with that if that's something that you'd like. Something like that's not going to cost much more than a filing fee. How much is a filing fee? A filing fee in the state of Florida in Volusia County costs $408. It's $10 for a summons, and if you're going through an attorney, it's going to have a processing fee, so it's $432. If you're indigent, you can go down to the clerk and file up paperwork saying that you have no income, you have no assets, and they'll make a determination as to whether or not it will cost you anything to file for a dissolution. Just because you don't have anything doesn't mean you can't get divorced. Now, if you have a lot of things, or if you have children in the mix, you cannot file a simplified dissolution. The filing fees are the same, but what becomes more complicated is if you can't agree on things, especially parenting issues, these things get litigated more heavily. Time is money. So when you're litigating, remember that if you're talking about things involving your children, that's one thing. If you're talking about fighting over a couch, you're probably going to spend more money fighting on who gets the couch than actually having the couch. So that's something that you need to consider when you're discussing assets about your divorce. Say, for example, you have a large amount of assets, millions of dollars in assets. Something that you may want to consider is getting an expert involved. Anytime you get an expert involved, it costs you more money. That being said, you don't need to have an expert involved if you're not going to fight on an equitable split. The state of Florida is pushing towards even splits. We have a statute currently that addresses how things should be split as far as factors go, but one of the things you really need to consider is, where's the money? How do we take this pot and divide it into two? And sometimes if you have a lot or if you have a business, that's when you're going to want to get an expert involved. How much does it cost to modify a divorce? Say you've gotten divorced and you come back and you say, hey, I thought I could do this myself, and you need to modify it because you didn't address one of the assets or you didn't address a liability, and now you're stuck with it, and that's just not fair. Now, the answer to that is complicated. The answer to that is we may be able to address it, but we may not. So the best advice I can give you is consult an attorney before you finalize your divorce, especially if you have children or especially if you have mixed assets and liabilities. You never want to forget to get your name off of a car, for example, because if the other person's driving the car and your name was on it first, and it's not specifically addressed in your final judgment, you'll be on the hook when you're in a car accident, even though you didn't drive it. That's something that I have seen, and that's something that you need to address, and an attorney can help you do that. That's something that I do, day in and day out to help you make sure that you're able to go ahead and live your best life going forward. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it. And remember, if you're going through a divorce or you're thinking about a divorce, you're not alone. A lot of people do this. You're okay. If you liked the content, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. More content will be coming. Have a great day.